agus fáilte chlór Community Focus. Hello and welcome to the Community Focus programme on CavanTV.com. This programme is sponsored by Easons of Main Street Cavan and Pearse Street Mullingar. This programme is dedicated to all things community in County Cavan. If you would like your community initiative or issue featured, please email drumlinmedia@gmail.com or contact us on our Facebook or Twitter pages. Now tonight we have two producers with us in the studio tonight. Aisling and Susie from the Frolics in Ballyjamesduff. So girls, it's 60 years the Frolics has been in existence this year. You're celebrating your 60th
year, yeah.
anniversary, yeah. Fantastic.
In the 60 years this would be the 40th of production, because they wouldn't have production every year. So
I suppose we go back to the beginning, really, for people who don't know what the Frolics is and what you do. So what are you about as a group?
Well, it was founded in 1952, and it came from, there was a drama group, and Mr. Paddy Cusick and John McBreen, I think, got together and just saw the need for a review, as they called it, which was the drama still continued, but they introduced music. So they created scenes about 10 minutes long, and they had 6 of them. That was the format of the show.
So it was like having the bit of drama and then bringing in a bit of music within
and
it.
Dance,
yeah.
Just a variety.
So it breaks it up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And with the 10 minutes of the drama, is that just one sketch over with? Or is it a few different sketches of 10 minutes, or would it be one continuous?
We probably have about 3 to 4 sketches per show.
Right.
Probably from 10 to 12 minutes per sketch.
So they're all short sketches.
They are, yes.
All with their own individual themes.
And then 6 scenes of different musical scenes, about 6 scenes, and then front of curtain solos as well.
And with the drama scenes, would they be comedians, or is it actually
comedy?
Acting?
It is actually comedy, yeah.
And is it like solo comedies are actually scenes? Like
we have a mix of all. We might have full sketches with 5 to 6 people, and then maybe a solo comedy item front of curtain as well, a comedy song maybe, but it is all comedy.
It's just local people, is it involved? Yeah,
around Ballyjamesduff and the surrounding areas, yeah.
So you have a lot of talent around Ballyjamesduff, haven't you?
We do, yeah. We're very lucky. We've always had a great crew on board. Good.
Yeah. I guess it unfolds every year. There's always new talent. Somebody new is
coming in.
You
hear that somebody has a good voice, or
they take children from transition year every year, and you always find that there's talent in that group. And I suppose if you were to read through the programmes over the 60 years, you would see it unfolding from generation to generation. Like Aisling's mum would have been in the show for years, and then Aisling got involved. But you would read through the programme, you could see it's almost a family tradition. From one generation to the next.
Yeah.
The families get involved and stay involved.
Well, it has to be that the talent is in the genes, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Actually, would you do singing in it? Is it?
Mainly singing. I would take part in throughout the shows.
Had we known now, we would accuse you.
That's just strange. No, you're fine. You'll have to hold off.
No. You could give a preview of our solo act this year.
Oh yeah. No.
You're actually doing a solo act, yeah?
Yeah, well, there'll be solos within the scenes and that. There'll be a lot of people with solos. We try to give everyone. There's so many talented singers within the cast that everyone gets a fair go, and of course the audience wants to see a bit of everyone as well. So we've good crew.
Because it can be hard to keep something going, when it's constantly changing and changes within the community, and so like 60 years, it's huge.
It is
huge.
huge.
But is there new blood coming into it the whole time?
Constantly,
yeah. Every generation you'll see a new and people stay with it for a number of years, and they may take a break for family reasons or go off to get married, have children, and they'll come back. So, there's no age limit on it. It's not. And
would the demographics be completely different within it? Like there's a mixture of old and young, and men and women.
Yeah, male, female, any age.
It's a good mix.
And normally from transition year up to that age.
Yeah.
That's the starting point. But there's absolutely no age limit on it after that.
And certainly the population of Ballyjamesduff would have changed a lot,
I mean, the year that
last
it was founded, I think the population was 450 people, and the cast at that time was like 60 people. It was 40 on stage and 20 back of house. But at that time, for a population of like 450 people, and 60 got involved in it. Now we have a population of probably 3,500. So it's a huge change from then. But it's great to see that the show still survives and it's still as popular today, because when the booking office opens, we'll be guaranteed to pack the hall, say 7 out of the 9 nights, which is brilliant, and it seats 400 people. So that's proves that it's still as popular today as it was.
You still get it. We'll talk about, I suppose, about this year's performance and when that is actually taking place.
We're kicking off on the 9th of November until the 18th. We take a break on the Monday night, so we're actually running 9 shows. 9 shows? 9 shows, yeah.
And is that something that you'd always do, run roughly around 9 shows?
9 shows, it's always.
And you'd be full, would you?
Always full,
yeah,
it's great. Yeah,
fantastic.
It's always been fun. Yeah, it's great. Everyone seems to come home for the Frolics.
Yeah.
Everyone comes back for the Frolics.
It's such a tradition, and
and most people have been in it at this point.
Yeah.
So
they have that connection.
They have the connection. They want to see what's going on this year.
I mean, we were just doing some research we're going to do a press launch on Friday week in the County Museum in Ballyjamesduff.
Oh, it's Fina,
yeah. And for that, to celebrate the 60 years, we have recordings going back to probably 1957, and they had all the recordings remastered, so the sound is brilliant, and we're going to put them on a touch-tone screen with a programme for each year, so that if your grandmother was in the show, you can pop in and just go to the programme in 1960 and press a button and hear that particular scene. But there's one lady, her name is Maureen McKeown, and she would have been in the first show, and she's so excited about coming back down to the launch and meet. There's still a number of people alive that would have been in the first show. So it's so nice to have that tradition.
Absolutely, and it's lovely that people will get to see that.
Exactly,
that it is remastered like that. Brilliant, because it's part of the local history, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. It'll be in the museum, not only for the launch. It'll be there throughout for, well, we hope we're good.
And it's actually video recording, is it, or audio?
Well, it's audio, but for the early years we'll have lots of photographs, to pop up with the programme, and then. It's
actually a visual screen that people will be looking at. And the photographs there.
Photographs from the earlier years, and we'll go on to our.
There's probably like DVD recordings then of later years, which that could play with the side by side with the recording, musical recording. So it'll be very nice for visitors to come and see, and for families that come back home to be able to just sit back and listen to a live recording of.
So what's this year's show called?
Diamond Frolics.
Frolics for 60 years.
Oh, of course. Makes sense. Is this year I know you had sent an image of the flash dance? When was that? That was
2006,
2007, I think it was. Yeah.
A number of years ago. I think Dave has an image that we'll bring up of that. So
there it is. Yeah. Very colourful.
That's a smiley face. Very young looking.
Yeah,
people involved there. Was that dancing? Was that what you used that year? Was it primarily dance in the show that year?
Yeah, we try every year they change the name of the show, and usually it's picked because it may feature a particular song or a particular scene, and that's where the name would derive from. I mean, this year it's Diamond because it's celebrating a particular anniversary. But that particular year we obviously had something from Flashdance in the show, so you just pick that name.
So I know that we have a DVD as well that you sent in of a scene. Was that from your 50th, or when was that from?
That was at the Flashdance show.
That was at the Flashdance show.
It was non-stop.
Frolics.
So that's the one. The photographs were from Flashdance.
When was Non-Stop Frolics from?
2007.
We'll actually look at a bit of that now, will we?
Yeah, great.
Yeah. So there's an opening scene. I know that there's
our show. It's a great year for the Society. We're celebrating a very special year. It's our 55th birthday. We go right back to 1952, and I think it's great to see the tradition continue, and that so many people still want to see Frolics.
They don't stop like that on stage all the time.
no, thankfully.
I had a few technical problems with that. The joys of live TV. So, will it be primarily based on musicals? A lot of the singing in it.
A lot of the singing, yeah, we do tend to go from musicals. Last year we did a scene from Cabaret.
Yes.
We've done Les Mis, Annie, Oliver.
The big themes and musicals that people
Yeah,
will be very
exactly.
familiar with.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Well, we try to appeal to the audience.
Mm.
You know, what they'd like to see. But not only musicals, you know, we take snippets from different artists and try to pay tribute to some artists as well.
All right.
Yeah.
That would be from.
We did
more of
Michael
the solo.
Jackson last year. Tribute to Michael Jackson. What else did we do?
Well, then you could create a scene, just put a group of love songs together. One of the big highlights last year we did Rain. So the stage was set,
Singing
girls
rain.
had umbrellas, leather dresses, got the effect of raindrops falling, and then they sang 5 or 6 songs that's about rain. So that's you just try to create the theme and have a common thread through some of the songs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, and would you find like with is there people now from non-Irish nationals getting involved, because this was the profile has changed so much in Ballyjamesduff as well?
I think the younger children are. I
Yeah.
mean, last year there was a number of the children from college that came, and it was one little girl. She was a beautiful singer, and she had a solo, and she sang Ben in the Michael Jackson tribute.
Yeah.
But you find, I think, it's more the younger, the older generation are not inclined to get involved.
No.
And maybe
Not sure.
language.
It could be,
might be a barrier,
Whereas
yeah.
there was the young people pick it up so quickly,
yeah.
don't they?
maybe the reason.
Yeah, of course. And plus they'd have their group of friends in school and they're all coming out to us, so it's easier for them to...
To join in.
You know.
All getting
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
So, like, are people welcomed into it from a very young age? What would be the youngest that?
Well,
would get
15, I
involved?
think, is about, that
Yeah.
transition
So
year
it's
is
definitely
students.
transition year generally
Yeah.
Yeah.
starting
Yeah.
from.
Yeah, we'll take them in.
And how much time is it just a particular time of year that people would be getting involved or working on the musical, or do you meet all year round?
Well, as producers and production committee, we'd be meeting all year round.
Yeah.
But the cast will start rehearsing from August, middle of
Right.
August. And
Do you
it's
have to do
up
auditions
4
and
to
everything?
No.
Well, you have a curtain call, so obviously everybody that shows up is accepted into the show.
Right.
And then when the musical director comes to Ash and I would have picked out a lot of the music prior to that. So then when the musical director arrives, he would audition, particularly new cast, because he'd be familiar with the older cast, just to see what scope they have, and then he would have a good idea as to whether or not they could have a solo.
Right,
or-
yeah. Because it would be a bit like X Factor when you have these people turning up who think that they can sing and really they can't. Would you have any of them?
But then there's always
What can
room
you
for,
say?
if they can't sing, there's always
Some area.
chorus line, and,
yeah.
where they can dance. We have a choreographer that comes from Dublin, and she comes once a week, every week, on Sundays.
And do you have to pay her, or does she get the
yeah,
contract?
yeah.
So how do you actually fundraise? Is it from actually
For the tickets.
the
From
tickets
the
yeah.
ticket
each year?
sales,
Yeah.
yeah.
So there's nothing else done during the year. You have enough to kind of get through on what you raise it for
We
the
have
tickets.
so
This was
far
9
had
nights.
enough. Yeah, 9 nights, yeah.
It's fantastic.
Well, the idea is each show, the layout for each show, by the end of it, your wish would be to have that money back in the bank so that the next group coming along has the funds to put a show out.
Mhm.
So year on, you just like to break even so that you have put back what you spend on the
Involved,
production.
yeah.
Yeah.
And how many people will be involved in the show altogether?
Altogether, when you're talking your cast and back of house and front of house, you're talking maybe 80 odd people. From your whole orchestra to your ticket sales to your, it's probably about 80 people, I'd say.
And will people be coming back, the same people year after year, working
Yeah.
on that?
Yeah.
That you have,
Yeah.
you're not having to
No,
train somebody else up
thankfully
on the ticket area or.
No, we're very lucky. Everyone is really devoted to the show and, helps us out hugely every year.
There's a great commitment overall from the town of Ballyjamesduff for Frolics, but I'm sure it's because of the tradition
Yeah.
and they want to see it kept alive, so everybody's willing to chip in when it comes to
And how about the set? Who looks after the set and designs the whole set each year? And does a lot of work go into that?
Well, when we would have decided the content of the show,
Mm-hmm.
Ash and I would then sit down and see how we'd costume and set it.
So the two of you really look after.
Well, we
And
have
we
Sharon.
decide what-
on
yeah,
what
we
colours
decide.
and what
But we
design.
have a lady, Sharon,
Yeah.
our costume girl. She's fantastic.
Brilliant,
So
yeah.
I mean, she looks out she speaks with us, and we give her our ideas. But Sharon looks after the costumes.
Does she actually make all the costumes?
No,
or-
she'll source them out.
Right.
Then we have Michael. He's the artist who do all our backdrops for us.
Would you do them all
for
on
the
his own?
stage.
Like, or
He would, yeah. He's
Yeah.
very, very talented. Yeah,
Amazing.
just lovely work.
And then we'll have our lighting crew as well, so they can create effects for us as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, we've good.
Now,
Crew
do you
to
have
help us out.
had to buy all the equipment, like the lighting, and build that up, or do you?
Well,
How
no,
much would
we
you-
hire per show.
Yeah.
We hire our whole lighting.
There's a lighting crew that comes in every year on. It's the same. It's been the same crew for the last number of years
Yeah.
that come and do the lighting for us, and the same with sound.
So you'd have somebody coming in specialised in sound. and
Exactly.
all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So it's when it's only 9 nights, you
9
know, in the
nights.
year, expensive.
Well, that's
to
it,
buy
yeah.
your own lighting, and
And then you have storage and
Look,
all that
yeah,
to
And
think
it's so
about.
much operated
Yeah.
then. And,
Yeah.
you know, these guys know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And where do you rehearse, and where do you?
Well, we rehearse in the beer garden in Ballyjamesduff, at the back of a big hall out there. Then we can move
Very
to
handy
St.
for refreshments.
Yeah, exactly. Then we move to St. Joseph's Hall, where the show will actually be on. We move to the hall closer to the day to get on stage and rehearse up there.
Right, and I suppose the beer garden closed in there anyway. If you were, is it closed in like if we wouldn't always get the weather out in the beer garden?
Oh,
no,
no,
it's-
sorry,
it's
it's
a
called the
function
beer
room.
garden.
Oh,
It's just the
right.
name of the pub.
Yeah.
It has a function room
Yeah.
at the
Oh,
back.
Yeah.
So we have the
Yeah.
use of that for rehearsals.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
It's very
it's
good.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had visions of you out.
Yeah, singing in the rain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, with designing the set, then, like, when would you decide on all of that? Like, how far in advance do you have to?
Well, we've only really decided on
Yeah.
settings this week.
Michael
Oh,
started.
right.
He started to paint just this Tuesday. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get all the music together first of all, and get all the acts,
all
and
rehearsed, make
then
sure it's
decide.
working.
Yeah.
Then go with the backdrops, the costumes and the backdrops.
All right.
So that work is mainly done now. This
The last
point.
6 weeks really
Yeah.
is when
Yeah.
you get into that end of
Yeah.
it, because up until that point you're not sure if some of the music or the
Might.
content is going to work.
Mhm.
You know, it's after you've 6 weeks rehearsed and done with the
Yeah.
musical director is when you kind of say, right, that's working, so we can go ahead with that scene.
Mhm.
And then of course the choreographer.
She stay there for the 9 nights of it. Would she be around?
yeah, she'll
Yeah.
be around. Yeah.
Right, and what about then? Do you have a live band there then as well?
Live
Yeah.
orchestra,
Our orchestra.
yeah.
5.
Orchestra. And are they part of the show, or do they come in just?
No, they come in just for the 9
For
nights.
the
of
9
show.
nights.
Yeah.
So
we
will
have
they
our
have rehearsal?
piano all right for our whole rehearsals. That's Fergus Carney, our musical director.
Sorry,
So
say
he's
that again.
our musical director, Fergus Carney,
Mm-hmm.
on piano. He's there obviously from day one
Beginning, yeah.
with us, and then the orchestra come in for the 9 nights.
Right. Good stuff. So, how many of the people then involved locally? This is only one person then involved in the band. Is it just on the band? It's just the one person that is involved that volunteers with the Frolics.
No, none
No.
of the musicians in the band are part of the musical society. They're hired in.
Right.
Yeah.
But it just happens to be that the same musicians have come back year on.
Right. So they're well.
But they're
familiar
hired
with
in
the stage.
to
Yeah.
play for the 9 nights.
Yeah.
Do you have a Facebook page or how do you promote it? I suppose it's just word of mouth and people are just coming back year after year, but do you
Well, we
actually
use
promote it on Facebook
Northern
page?
Sound and we use some of the newspapers. But I think this year we were planning on getting a Facebook page, getting it out there.
Yeah, it's great.
That'd be
So
good, yeah.
going to give us an idea of some of the things that are in the show this year? Sneak preview? Or is that...
Preview. No, it's not top secret. Well, probably doing without giving away too much.
Yeah, or maybe even talk about last year, or
yeah. Oh, it's fine. This year we're probably doing a few numbers. We'll have a few divas in there, and what else?
We'll obviously pay tribute to the fact that it's Diamond Frolics, so
Yeah.
we'll have Diamonds, our girl's best friend.
Yes.
we'll have diamonds there, will you?
We'll have diamonds, yes. And we're going to do a scene on our musicals as well. Best of our musicals we've done throughout the 60 shows, 60 years.
So you'd be picking some of the best of the shows.
Yes, just a review on some. Part of the content would be just looking back at what has been done before, but obviously with a new twist because you have a different person doing it, and the set design might be slightly different. But it's just to look back on some of the highlights over the 60 years, as well as some new content.
And any plans to? I know you put together a booklet for the 50 years.
Yeah.
Is anything like that being done for 60 years?
Well,
back?
The museum.
the audio
we
visual
have
in the
that
museum.
in the museum, of course. Yeah.
And we had thought about maybe putting a CD together from some of the highlights over the years, but perhaps when we get this together in the museum, you could have a clearer indication of what would be popular.
Yeah.
Because when we sat down to think about that, and you just look at the task of picking 20, 30 songs to put on a CD, and you're looking at 40 shows, 60 years of music, it's just too daunting. So to know whose choice is best and who, what. So maybe after we have this installed and see what people like or what people are listening to, you might make it easier.
I don't
to
really
do
want to
something
offend anyone either,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
of the
No.
DVD.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just difficult to sit down and pick.
Yeah, and a lot of people have local links and still around in the community, and they want to be featured. So you'll have people with it, so it might be better off staying away from it altogether.
Maybe. At least we have this in the museum now, so everyone can touch of a button and we can hear.
And is that free for people to go in and see, or is it
museum
part of the
have a
museum?
charge?
Well, they have, I think, whatever
Just
fee it's
charge,
museum.
then that's part of it.
Yeah.
And is that going to be running in the museum for a number of weeks, or is it going to be an ongoing? Is it going to be left there?
Hopefully it's
ongoing.
Yeah,
we'd hope it should be ongoing.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's really, really good. So what night are you opening on?
Friday
the 9th.
Friday the 9th of November.
Yeah. Right through to the
And
9th.
ticket prices?
Ticket prices.
Children €7 and €13 for the first up until the Wednesday for the first 4 nights.
So children are €7 and then adults are €13,
Yeah.
is it?
That price for children is only for the first 4 nights. So on the Wednesday, after the 5th night, it's €13 for everybody.
For everyone.
We also do special rates, €10 for adults. Again, the first 4 nights for group bookings over 10. So if you have over 10 people, want to make a group booking,
you can make a group because there might be a lot of community groups.
That's what we're thinking.
Yeah.
We'll travel, and so just make it a little cheaper for them.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's good, and especially families, have a lot of costs upon them at the moment. So it's good having the child's price there and just making it a little bit more affordable.
Exactly.
For families.
Do people pay on the door, or can they book tickets in advance?
It's also advisable, I think, to book in advance because they have a seating plan, so you're issued a seat. So if you want to be assured of good seats, particularly if you have children, so they're up near the stage.
So it's very structured.
It is,
well
yeah.
used to doing this after 60 years. So
you can buy your ticket on the night,
night,
but you won't be guaranteed up front. We do
So you
sell
can
out
get
a
any
good
ticket.
lot of our tickets over through the booking office.
Okay, so so people really want the best seat, or suppose people with a disability, have you an area for people?
Oh, we definitely cater for
well, they make allowances if you mention that. We'll remove seats in a particular area.
Yeah,
it's wheelchair accessible.
Yeah.
And
so and then so if you book in advance, you'll get your place, or
you can choose what row you want to be in. Really, that's if you get there early.
Right, and then but you can, if it's not sold out.
Yeah,
but it has been sold out. Doesn't it sell out a lot of nights? So
the last 3-4 nights is usually a sellout.
Right.
The first weekend is always kind of
So people really have to book in advance over that, or to
get a
disappointment.
seat. I mean, no one does be turned away from the door. You can come in and.
So you can be stand at the back.
But somebody to be turned away.
Fantastic. So I think you have a booking office number.
Yes.
You gave it to me, which is 049 85 45 797.
Yeah.
So people can ring that number now.
No, we
Can
will
it?
not be open the booking office till probably the 10th, I'd say. 9th or 10th. But a week and a half before the show, that booking
Right.
number will be open.
Okay. So the 8th or 9th of, or the 10th of October, the
Of
booking line.
November.
No,
No, I'm
No.
sorry. About the 1st or 2nd of November.
When the booking line
Yes,
opens.
yes.
Yeah.
17th of October.
Grand.
Yeah.
So, perfect. So people can ring that number. Girls, listen, thanks a million.
Thank
for
you very
coming
much.
you.
And
Thank you.
continued success with Frolics.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much.
Thank you.
Hope that it's a huge success for you. That's all for this evening's show. And we'll be back in next Wednesday evening. Thanks for watching the show and have a great week. Slán.